Okay, I promised myself I wasn't doing any mechanical on this, but I had to put this air cleaner back on here, or this air box back on here, so I could work the exhaust. And I'm getting into this thing, just kind of piecing back together, and I find some things that just are all effed up. This, it looks to me like when they put this thing on there, you see that gasket's broken right there, which we knew there might be a gasket problem because we're looking on the other side, and it was, pieces had this one was broken on the backside of that. So I'm looking at this thing had a helicoil in it, like to fix the threads. Okay, well, I'm like, okay, so we got a thread problem. Maybe we got to replace this plate, because it looks like when you put the helicoil in there, when you drilled it out, it got into the gasket, blah blah blah, wasn't done right. Okay, then I'm putting this thing on here, and I'm looking at this. Well, the throttle body, good hole, this is that hole. And if you look at it, that hole is big on this end, small on the other, and only like half thread there. Okay, you look where the gasket contacts it, that hole is right in the path of it. So what it looks like to me is these bolts that go, this bolt here that goes through here through this plate and into this to hold everything together. The air that's made here is, this doesn't bolt to this. These are through holes. This bolt goes through here, it goes through here, and it bolts to the throttle body. So it stacks up like that. And this goes on top of that. Okay, so these are through holes. They're not supposed to be threaded. So why is there a helicoil in here? I don't know. They shouldn't be threaded. These should be, this is a through plate. And when you thread this, go through here, it squeezes this O-ring and the O-ring that's on the back here, it squeezes it all together and creates the seal. So it looks to me like, I don't know when this happened, but when that got drilled out, he thought he needed to thread this. Well, he didn't. He needs a thread. The problem is these bolts aren't long enough, so when it was coming in here, it was barely getting, like, it might have had 3 threads on it to hold that on there. And these should have been longer. I don't know if they came from Trask or if my buddy put them in when they did the turbo, but these need to be longer. So what happened was there's not enough thread engagement here. It stripped that out. He's thinking that when it stripped that he needed to thread this, when the reality is he could have just cleaned this up, because there's enough thread back here, it would have been fine. But since he's drilled out this to put a helicoil in there, I think he left it on the bike, drilled this at the same time, screwed up these threads and the path where the O-ring is. So I don't know if that's gonna, I don't think that's gonna work. But this thing may need to be replaced. This definitely needs replaced, because now that hole is so big that it interferes with that gasket. So this has got to be replaced, possibly this throttle body, so we can get a good seal. But I guarantee this thing's leaking. There's just no way around it. So he's losing boost for sure out of this. Now, whether that's the problem of all the problems, the source of all the problems, I don't know. But there's been some effery going on here, and I'm thinking that I don't know what it'd take to replace a throttle body. If you have to reprogram these, if you can just get one, or if you got to reprogram these throttle position sensors. You know, like, you know, when I got mine put on my bike, I had to have it reprogrammed, or if you can just move them back over. So I don't know, man, but it needs some help for sure. So I think that'd be where I'd start. So, but yeah, the only threads are on this throttle body, and they're the ones that need repaired. If I could just fix the thread, that'd be great. The thread is fine down deep, and I think it'd be enough to hold it. But the problem is this hole interferes, since it's oversized now, interferes with that gasket spot. It's so close. There's just no way that isn't going to be a problem. Anyway, I'll keep you updated.